in front of two heroes and trade hits with them and secure your core. However, this is a core IO, so it's a little bit different. They do pair it up with an Ancient Apparition, so you will have a hero that secures that lockdown on IO that they didn't have in that last game. I'm talking about PSG LGD versus Vichy game.
Right. So it looks like Team Liquid is kind of picking more heroes like we've seen in the last series. They picked a lot of heroes that can really babysit that IO because, you know, if IO gets left alone, no creep around to tether to, might be in a little bit of danger. Do you think that they're building around that core IO?
No, I think now that they have the core IO, it's more Team Liquid comfort. Because Abaddon I don't really see on Liquid that often.
Yep.
And so that seems like, okay, I have my core IO, I have the win condition strategy. Now we can pick up the Abaddon to pair with it, so that's a lane winning strategy. At this point, I think you can just rely on your favorites. Willow, obviously, for Taiga. With Boxy,
Maybe Mars. Yeah, it's still in the pool,
no,
right?
it's not. First phase banned by, or second phase banned by Gambit.
Oh, damn, my eyes are going.
Can't pick Timbersaw, that's banned out. Tidehunter, for some reason, has been completely ignored by Liquid.
It's an option. It's an option as well that they could go for. It's not bad versus Enigma, not bad versus Wraith King in the lane as well. Beastmaster banned out by them.
I actually like this Enigma as an answer to IO.
Yep.
Percentage-based damage with Midnight Pulse, and no real easy way for IO to get out of a black hole. And do you need to black hole anyone else other than the IO right now? Once you get BKB, it doesn't seem like it.
Yep.
So one thing I've seen is that they picked AA for, on Gambit side, they picked Ancient Apparition, and last series, you both had said that, you know, maybe it was the answer, but it turned out to really not be the answer. It didn't really do much, especially because IO had the heart. Do you think that they picked it for IO, or maybe they're just going for team synergy?
No, it's 100% with IO, for IO that is. There is some synergy with the Wraith King. It's a really potent lane, but mainly why you're picking it is the IO. And as we said before, the reasoning why it didn't work in the last game is that they didn't have enough control for him. However, this time around, you have every single one of these heroes has a stun.
Right.
So they do have enough control for IO. But I don't like the matchup of Wraith King into the Wisp that much, especially if you're going for the Radiance build, because you don't care as Wisp. You don't care about those sticks. You're healing everyone up. You're damaging him over time harder. So
dude, I really hope Liquid don't pick Veno. They keep picking the Veno, and it was working out in day one, but I think day two it's figured out. They like it versus the Wraith King, but I don't think it's a good answer.
I think we've seen Venomancer as a last pick kind of often in this tournament so far. But
it's all from Liquid.
Yeah.
I don't even think Gambit are going to worry about banning it. Ban out another Koikfa hero. Yeah, Void Spirit's fine.
Void Spirit, Storm Spirit also banned out. Ember is in the pool if they would like to pick that for Koikster, but
Lone Druid.
It's so greedy. Invoker. Okay, so I was thinking about
Invoker.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about this not because of the anime, of course, but because of the Quas Rex versus Wraith King, and you get a hero that can make moves early on, but it doesn't feel like the best combination of your mid laner with IO. Like, I would rather have Mars even, that's banned obviously, like in that last game, or that Prophet. Both feel so much better. Is
there someone on Team Liquid that would do well with Invoker? Is this a comfort pick as you've mentioned before, or is this just, we don't have anybody, let's try Invoker? It's
a more traditional mid. Obviously Koikfa's, he knows all the mids extremely well.
This is just a winning matchup for no one.
Yeah, it's a rough matchup now for this Koikfa Invoker. So my inclination is that Liquid also realized that they can't just cheeseball every single Koikfa pick. They go for something a little bit more traditional. I just wish that if they had an Alacrity partner for the offlane, that would be sick. That way you could overcharge and Alacrity, and if it was some
or a safe laner like a Jug or something.
Yeah, exactly. Similar, but instead, you don't really have anyone. It's the Sand King in the offlane. I also like the mid lane matchup with Kanka. Man, I think I'm going Gambit for this.
I'm going Gambit 100%.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Right.
Even though I have seen Wisp win every single game so far.
Right.
And in the last game I said, this is the game that he loses. Okay. All that said, I really think he's going to lose this one.
So this is the comp that will take them down. That will take down the carry IO.
Famous last words.
Famous last words. I also really like their pick. I like Gambit's draft because I feel like they have so much lockdown. Like even Kunkka has has the lockdown. You know, they have the X and the ulti. Let's bring in our casters, OD Pixel and Lacoste, to see what they have to think about this draft.
You want to go first, Owen?
I mean, well, already I'm very excited to see this draft play out. We've got some fantastic heroes. The Quake for Invoker is going to be a lot of fun, and of course, no one on his Kunkka, one of the classics from him that he's arguably, you know, one of the best Kunkka players in the game with. Who's going to take it though? I probably still have to go with Liquid and the IO. I think we've seen already today the strength of this hero, and I think Liquid is a squad that's going to be able to use it to its full potential.
I gotta be honest, I'm leaning towards Gambit because like they have the answers for the IO. The mid matchup should be fine for them. Like you have this Enigma, there are no abilities that go through magic immunity. Like eventually Enigma will farm a BKB and that's gonna be a huge issue.
So it looks like we're kind of just a little bit split, I guess.
Owen's the last man standing.
Owen is the last man standing.
He's gonna look real
but
smart.
I don't know. He really believes in the IO, but me personally,
How can he not after winning like every single game today that we watched? Like IO did extremely well.
Well, you guys specifically said if there was ever a draft in which IO would lose, it was going to be the last draft. What do you have to say for yourselves?
Scratch that and take it to this draft.
Well, it didn't lose, right? It won.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm
IO
saying.
won.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so if that wasn't beaten...
Oh, so you can't be
I thought
beaten.
Oh, you're asking the others. You weren't asking me. I was
No,
like,
no,
yeah,
no. I'm
that's
asking
what
you.
I'm going with the IO.
That's fair. That's a good justification. I'll take it.
all right, well, let's see if the IO, once again, we're going to ask the same question. Will IO be able to carry this game? We'll see. This is the best of one, the final chance for Team Liquid and AS.GMB to see if they can make it out of wildcard into the group stage. Take it away, guys.
Thank you very much, Sumi. That's a lot on the line, of course, here with this best of one. Who's going to be able to bring their A game and turn up? Well, when it matters the most, Lacoste. I mean, we've sort of seen the way that the performance for really both of these teams has shifted between the 2 days. I mean, more so maybe for Liquid. Do you think Liquid's going to be able to pull it back up and come in with the win here against Gambit? Or as you say, the draft from Gambit could be enough to push Liquid in completely out of the competition?
I think Gambit won the draft because you have like Afterlife performance throughout the tournament has been pretty much amazing. Like we can also talk about the Liquid, how they've been doing great. Day 1, day 2, not so much. I think a lot of the teams got to figure them out, the way they're playing, the way they're setting up the lanes, even though they're super versatile. Like you can still see what they're trying to do, mess up with the timings early on a bit. But yeah, Gambit. I think this Enigma, I think Enigma will be able to pop off. Theoretically, Invoker was always, you know, this mana burn against the Raid King. It worked well. Now with the addition of the Shard, it's really not that great anymore.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he's going to have that answer to it. We'll see how the matchup plays out. And no one on the Kunkka should be a lane where he's going to be able to get quite an insane amount of farm. That the speed that he's going to be able to clean up the waves and the side camps around this mid lane.
Yeah, this is me playing Kunkka on the mid lane, Tidebringer on the auto attack, and now he moves it, you know.
See how well Quoifer's able to deal with it. And how much Quoifer can get done. As the panel said, very exciting to see, you know, Quoifer coming out back with a mid lane hero and one of the flashiest ones, the Invoker, in the game where it matters so much for both of these teams. See if he is able to pull it out. Looking at some of the side lane setup. Mickey being backed up by Insane here with this Abaddon IO lane. Of course, Spirit Breaker, very much a comfort hero for Immersion. Where do you sort of place this hero at the moment? Is it a solid hero? And is this a game where Spirit Breaker does have the chance to cause a lot of problems for heroes when he's in the face of them?
I would place him at the kind of bottom. I think that there are worse heroes in Dota right now. Also hard to execute. Might sound stupid because you just, you know, charge. Yeah, you just charge, and he's also like leaving a lot of XP for Enigma.
Charge, though, you know?
The thing is, you're playing into like Tornado, Sanking Stun, Dark Willow's Bramble Maze. Like it just stops you from getting that charge off.
We'll see how much Immersion is able to
he's going
achieve.
for the couriers. Now stopped. Like, nah. Dude, I'm good. Dude, I'm good. I'm going back. Abaddon, like, I've seen it, like Lanham introduced it to Chinese region where, like, he went ham on the hero. Like, you would expect this hero not to be able to play aggressive, but you actually can. especially if you like buy Orb of Venom early on, which is not the case here, but still very strong hero. Like a lot of sustain coming out from Io and the Baron paired up together. Kunkka on the mid lane, dominating as expected. Yeah, 15-3 against 8-2.
This is going to be a matchup that no one would have been rather happy to play in against the Invoker. He knows that he's going to get complete free farm in this matchup. So he's going to be able to get some very fast items farmed up. We'll see what sort of route he wants to go. He wants to sort of grab an armlet on his progression, get an early BKB so he can be very potent against Liquid's lineup. Again, of course, Liquid, a team that have drafted in a way that BKBs are pretty much going to be invincibility for the most part of this game.
Kunkka is one of the most versatile mid-heroes where he can pretty much buy anything and it's going to feel good. Whether it's like a Spirit Vessel, a Heaven's Halberd, Armlet, BKB, he can buy pretty much any item and it's going to feel really good. I would compare him like to Venomancer, but I don't think he's going to go for the Vessel because Spirit Breaker already has Urn queued up. So, yeah, but they could definitely use the Spirit Vessel this game against the healing coming out from the Invoker, coming out from the Io, like even a Baron. That Spirit Vessel is going to be great, but on the other side, it can also get dispelled by a Baron, so it's not that great, but still a good pickup.
That's great work by Norn as well with these denies. We're going to have to charge the movement around the mid as the 4-minute runes come into play. So he's going to be able to grab them. Immersion. He's going to find the one up top. He is. It's down bottom. Koifu's able to grab that up there. Make a bit of an attempt onto Insania.
They need a bash. A bit too late.
A little too late. So he's out and away. Bottom lane. Sunstrike coming into play. They're looking for Dream, but Dream, he's actually going to be fine. Not quite enough damage. It's completely out of regen, though.
Sonaiko has a healing salve, has a Tango, so that will get him almost to full HP.
And top lane at the same time. Trying once again to push back Immersion each time he comes in, but just having the ring of regen in the boots means that he's never really going to be under threat of dying to the Abaddon and Io during this laning stage. Just continue to try and do his best to slow down Mikkei's farm in this early game, but so far not to much great success. You know, the Mikkei is farming perfectly fine on the safe lane Io. Pressure from ASM.GAMBIT just hasn't proven to be too much for him so far.
Enigma's doing fine on the top lane. 21 CS, 17 denies. That's quite a lot, you know. This Io will not be high level. Getting Necro Book on Enigma feels good. Like, I've seen different builds. At first, I was really not impressed by Necro 3 Enigma, but I think it's a valuable pickup because you just, like, get the gold back from denying the enemy wards, you get rid of the vision, you get the more push power. It delays your BKB and the blink, but it's still a good pickup. Bottom lane, Dream.
They're going on to Dream it. It's a lot of damage, but he's able to make his way around the maze. See if it's going to be on target. He is indeed prepared. Dream sidestepping it with no struggle.
He can't get close. Next time he gets close, Sanking stun, he's done. Needs to bring some extra regen, or needs to be in the jungle. Skelly's level 3 right now, but no charges. So needs to be able to farm those charges and continue to farm jungle, life steal a bit with the aura. It's not an aura anymore, but whatever.
Nice little move there for no one. Holds back the Forge Spirit with the Torrent to make sure that Koifu wasn't able to deny that bottle refill from him. Attempt on to Dream again. To be able to close the gap with Boxies. Moving in. There's the combo. Burrow Strike into the Sunstrike. The setup's there for Koifu to get himself first blood. These kills very much needed to keep him on par with the farm that no one's Kunkka's picking up in that mid lane against him.
Yeah, Koifu, 35 CS, doing much better than expected. Gets the first blood money. Has the power treads. Like, it's not a quas. It's a quas exort kind of a game because you're playing against Kunkka. You want to be able to, like, deal damage, have some extra damage in the lane, and also you have a really good setup. Whether it's a Curse Crown, whether it's a Sanking stun, just a good overall game for Exort Invoker.
Absolutely. We'll see what sort of route he goes with the build. He just don't want to get the Midas build up so he can propel himself towards those better levels.
In trouble. Charge. Enigma will get level 6 after this. No X mark, only level 1.
Insania's heading over, and we'll be close enough to provide Mickey the chance to tether to safety, and it's a little too far for Immersion to want to continue to commit. And it's going to mean that no one unsuccessful with the move, as Insania and Mickey are able to avoid the rotation completely.
Gambit can't find any openings. Like, Enigma's level 6. No one tried to make a rotation. Switching to network. Yeah, Invoker doing a really good job. Almost as farmed as Kunkka at the moment.
Now set up on the Sankey lane. Bottom lane's become a bit of a death trap for ASM.GMB. If they come down it, Boxy's going to have that set up each time. A lot of damage to go. See the move from Gambit. So they smoke up, trying to invade the jungle again. You know, they know it's against Liquid. You've got to keep tabs of what they're prepping in the jungle. Keep your eyes on any sort of stacks. At the moment, there's nothing there. The jungle has been cleaned out. Gambit has to keep up these rotations. And
like, this is usually the timing when Team Liquid clears the stacks. Kunkka, one of the best heroes in the game to actually take the stacks away. One of the reasons why they definitely picked it, and of course a good matchup against the Invoker. I like how Koikwa top lane.
Now they're going to have a huge amount of damage here as Afterlife's able to get out a second set of the Eidolons. So there's a shield though from Insania. Just enough actually to allow him to back off into the trees, and they won't look to commit upon him. As Insania's fine, Boxy's going to be able to head himself over towards this top lane. As he'll position himself for just time to start to push back some of this pressure that will be on.
Yeah, good rotation from Boxy. Using that Sandstorm to be able to deal with the push. Insania behind him if something happens. Black Hole hits nothing.
Alrighty. Well, that a bit of a swing and a miss there from Afterlife. The boat does still come crashing down onto Boxy. Boxy, is he able to break his way out of the range?
Still alive.
He is going to get frozen, but there's no damage on Boxy. Boxy's fine, as no one ends up being the one going down. And now with the chase, Mickey swinging across, they're ready to try and get more. They take down Seneko. Immersion charging out of there will live.
Oh, that was a big misplay there from Enigma. You know, not catching anyone. Boxy survives. He's a super tanky. A Bracer, has a raindrop, plus a Magic 1 charge. Also a Baton sitting behind him. Now they're chasing.
They might just get it as well. Afterlife. He wasn't prepared for Liquid to still be hanging around. Only losing, missing the black hole, also missing his life.
Very costly mistake there. No one will go for that armlet that you mentioned. Like, it's a cheap damage, cheap survivability as well. Also, Sanking didn't even use ulti, because now you can cancel the Epicenter finally in 2021. Took us almost a decade.
And he's got the hood as well on Boxy. So Boxy now quite a beefy frontliner, and already 10 minutes in, Liquid starting to build up that lead. 3K advantage.
Yesterday, I was just, being all on Team Liquid's itemization, which I really liked. Love it in this game. Invoker going for like these cheap items, Magic Wand, getting the drums to be able to fight, like just put away some pressure from the IO so he can farm the jungle. Boxy getting the hood, getting a bracer. Like, there's a ton of magical damage coming out from ASM.GMB. So like, he understands. Usually, like, if you compare, let's say, to the previous game where Fate Beyond gets Sanking Blink Dagger like straight away, I think it's much better to tank up in this one. Like, they don't need it. They are the ones who don't want to play that aggressive. They just want to farm up on IO until he gets like 2-3 items and then starting to fight.
And we'll manage to finish the top tower, Dream. No time for Liquid to hold it this time round. They'll let it go, and that underscore done. I'm playing this farm game. It's going to be hard against Liquid. Liquid are going to come in with the pressure. Mickey is going to make very good timing on the Aghanims this game. It's top of the net worth and yet to be slowed down after having a pretty good lane. And pressure around the mid now for Liquid. Quakelet starting to clear the way through. Boxy and Tiger waiting on the sidelines, maybe seeing if they can get the opportunity to make a jump. They know the Dream's being held top by the attention of Insania. So they can make that move mid. As there they go. Trying to lead in.
Boxy's
Get the Sandstorm down, but Immersion's going to turn. The dust is out. Ice Blast as well is going to come crashing down onto Boxy. Boxy dragged back by the X-Mark into the Torrent. The Malefice follow-up. Boxy's getting low, but Insania, he's in with the Aphotic Shield. He'll keep Boxy alive. ASM.GAMBIT not quite able to find something there despite throwing down the Ice Blast. They didn't have enough damage to kill Boxy with that Hooded Defiance he has online.
Yeah, also Abaddon once again sitting behind him. Aphotic Shield is maxed out. Insania saving a point just in case he needs to use the borrowed time. This Aghanim Scepter, like, it will be ready in the next 2.5, 3 minutes.
Previously seen a couple of very strong Aya performances from Arme. Okay, definitely keeping that standard high with the opening to this game. Over on the side of ASM.GAMBIT, Arme nearly done here for no one. They do want to try and smoke up, a little short on the mana on Afterlife, but he has got the cooldown of the Black Hole available. If he finds himself a bit of a better opportunity to land it this time.
If he whiffs another Black Hole, like, it starts to affect you, you know? Like, you lose the confidence. I've seen it so many times. Like, the next one needs to be on point. Even if it's, like, on one hero to get the kill, let's say Io, like, it's still worth it. Bottom, Torrent connects. Even, oh, he faked it. I thought he was going to use the boat straight away.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on.
Yeah, would it have landed in time before the TP out? If he'd set it off immediately? It would have been close, right?
It's like 3-second delay.
Yeah.
If he used it straight away after the Torrent, he can't TP out.
Missed opportunity there. It was Liquid. To continue to make sure that ASM.GAMBIT are just not finding the kills so far. Just one kill amongst them so far in this game. And 14 minutes in, Boxy's now had the chance to farm up his Blink. As Liquid just keeping their 3 cores slightly ahead.
Yeah, they have 2 Blinks, one on Invoker, one on Sanking, so they can just jump the backlines, possibly delete the Enigma. They have no saving abilities, kill the Ancient Apparition. Like, Sonaiko's going Hand of Midas. That's a ballsy move.
All right. And Hand of Midas AA. I mean, I guess they're sort of saying, look, we're struggling at the moment. We're going to gear up for scaling up towards the late game around our Wraith King. Do you feel that's the appropriate sort of approach at this stage when you look at how the beginning's gone? Is that the only way that ASM.GAMBIT do win this if they go late?
They might feel they, you know, I'm going to say needed, but if he wants to scale, so like him going Hand of Midas reveals that they want to play a longer game, like with Wraith King, with Kunkka. Kunkka also scales now with the introduction of like the Aghanim Scepter. I don't find Aghanim Shard valuable too much on Kunkka because you can mess things up, but it doesn't feel like one of the S tiers, not even A tier shard. I know you like it, you know, anything that can push you.
Push things around.
Yeah.
It's great fun. And maybe not this game. As I imagine, would it force people out of the Black Hole? Is there a bit of counter synergy there, or?
Not something that I tested, because I don't feel like this.
You don't test the bad combos.
Oh yeah, let's test how I can ruin the game for my teammates.
Someone in chat one day, they were like, yeah, I did it all the time to my Enigmas. There we go, mid lane Liquid.
It's a possibility. I actually don't know. Like, if you know, feel free to message me on Twitter. Test it out.
Feel free to do it in his games when he's playing Enigma.
Exactly.
Liquid. I'm gonna get this tier 1 tower. No attempted hold by ASM.GAMBIT. I mean, they really want to play the passive game.
They really do. Like, Enigma has a Blink Dagger going into BKB. He's like, maybe I don't need the Necro 3 in this game. I just want to be able to fight as early as possible, like get that BKB online. They have, once again, no abilities that can stun him if he gets it, so... Like, eventually, you know, you can build Abyssal Blade, you can build Basher on one of the heroes. Like,
oh, here we go.
The Black Hole.
That one, that'll land Afterlife straight into there. The damage, though. Boat comes crashing down onto Mickey. Mickey is still alive. He's going to be able to walk away.
Not anymore.
And now they're looking to try and turn. Insania. It's going to go for immersion. I mean, it's a good job Seneca was able to find that connection.
That
Otherwise, that would have that would have hurt.
In and out a bit, you know. Decided to go back in. So
I mean, you know, it's plays like that you know that
it makes the difference.
It makes you know, Seneca deserves to get that Midas now. You know, all right, if you're going to be able to pick up kills like that, you can go for the Midas.
Sure. You also need to tip him, boost his confidence. You also need to tip Enigma. You know, getting the black hole. I've said it. Just use it on the one hero, even if it's Io. Doesn't matter. Just use it. Try to make something happen. They got the kill on Io, which is a pretty big deal. Raid King farming up, getting closer to Sacred Relic with 1 or 2 more Hand of Midas usages. He will have it in the next like 2-3 minutes. 2 minutes more likely. Yeah, to go back to the talk about BKB piercing abilities, I wouldn't mind, like, eventually if either Invoker, more possibly Io, gets a Basher or Abyssal Blade. Like, if you don't have anything, someone might need to buy it to have that BKB cancel.
I mean, it would be pretty wild, but I wouldn't put it past a team like Liquid. They are very much innovators, and if they feel that it's going to be the only solid late-game answer to it, we might just see something that crazy. There's no one. BKB still a recipe away. I mean, they still want to play this farming game. They're not quite ready to make moves themselves, ASM.GAMBIT. Radiance, a recipe away here for Dream.
Everything's recipe away. AA Midas, recipe away. They're going to set things up on AA. Easy kill.
That's what you get.
And this lead's only going to grow for Liquid. If they can continue to make moves sort of like this whilst ASM.GAMBIT are trying to play the farm game, it's going to get harder and harder for ASM.GAMBIT to really pick things back up as things scale on, even if they do have these items that are built towards playing for the late game.
Enigma's BKB, but they can take one fight before the BKB. BKB on Kunkka plus Radiance on Raid King. They will try to take a fight. Sand King misses a stun.
Just trying their best to completely avoid any of these moves by Liquid. It's bottom lane. Boxy to try and get the catch there onto Afterlife, but Afterlife now just in time.
Boxy picking up Boots of Travel. That will help them deal with the split push. They can push out one wave. Also, like, they can easily set things up. Blink Dagger, Boots of Travel, like into stun, into Sunstrike, into relocate. So basically they can have like 4 heroes there with just a Sand King. When I say 4 heroes, I count Sunstrike as a hero damage that is global. I know how to count at least like 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
After that, it becomes kind of messy. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I didn't even know there was
I
any
can even
numbers
do it
after that.
like if I focus real hard, I can even do it backwards.
Can you do all of the numbers in the world backwards?
First 10 for sure. I'm a smart guy.
It's impressive. Oh, you do multiple languages as well.
Yeah.
Still playing Tiger.
Oh, leave him alone. He's so close.
He just wants his Midas. Come on. Oh, they're bullying him. He's just a poor old AA trying to farm his Midas. I mean, how many times? Sort of 4 times whilst he's been on the road to this recipe. Poor old Seneca. He just wants to make some money. Road to Recipe. That sounds like an episode I would watch of someone trying to get the Midas. 20 minutes, keeps dying. I mean, we've seen many a game. Oh, he's queued up 4 Midases. Okay, he's going all in. Like, I mean, the big brain play would be not to show Gloves of Haste. Kunkka top lane, Bramway stops the charge. Immersion. Not quite able to get the jump hit, Tiger. They can get him instead. Curse Crown holding back Immersion for now. The time to be brought for Boxy to boost the travel over. Jumping onto Dream. They take him down the once with the Sunstrike. Boxy's ready to go for round 2. Getting the epicenter out. Well, I say that. He's actually able to close quite in on Dream. He's going to hold the epicenter for now because they don't even need it to kill off the Wraith King. The Meteor comes crashing down, brings him out of the game. They're looking for no one in the trees. There's no one. He's going to get the backup of Immersion, charging back in. He's looking for the grab onto Mickey, takes him back into the bow. Does not connect. Out to the side, he's able to dodge it. Quakefor's trying to chase in here. for the kill, diving beyond the tower. Immersion's going to be dealt with by Tiger and Mickey.
Raid King felt too secure going in, you know. He has 2 lives, but still you need to be very careful. Like, there is no save. I'm not sure where Enigma was.
I mean, it feels like, are they falling apart, Lacoste?
It's a possibility.
It's feeling a bit like that when you see the quad Midas is queued up on Seneko. You know, something ain't right.
He's almost there. Just needs 200 more gold. AA Blast.
Oh, here we go. Snipe the
inside
Roche
the pit.
kill. Ah, a little early.
Not gonna get any gold. Dire using a scan to see if they're approaching. No one's on the high ground. They can go in
Dude,
and
Immersion's
finish the
coming in.
Roche.
Is this breaker going to get here in time? Oh, he's going to hold off. He's not going to try and chance it. As Liquid, they'll get the space. Roshan and Aegis into the hands of Mickey.
This is their timing. Like, they needed to take a good fight. Raid King with the Radiance. Enigma still a bit far away from that BKB. Needs 500 gold.
But he's got his Midas.
He's got him. That's what's important.
Here we go. He headed back to base. He's
Should have used
the
smoke.
Fire.
Should have used the smoke. You know, to get that efficiency.
Oh, he doesn't have the money for that, you know. Here we go. There's the Midas. Oh,
feels good.
that's what he's been waiting for all game, Seneko. And now he's going to be able to have the gold to farm up his second Midas.
If it worked that way, do you think someone would buy multiple?
Absolutely.
Someone besides
you know they would. So now they just need time, ASM.GAMBIT. You know, when you think sort of what it's just about 14 usages or so you need for a Midas to pay itself off in gold. What's 14 times what the cooldown of Midas? Do some quick maths to cost you.
Nah, go ahead. No, I'm not embarrassing
14
myself.
14 times 90 the cost. Come on. I believe it is 1,260. So it's about 20 minutes. The 21 minutes. Exactly.
No, I just gave up. Like, I'm not doing it.
He didn't do it. He needs 21 minutes. He needs about 21 minutes. And he's going to be in a happy place.
Think about the attack speed. You're not adding that, because the more attack speed you get from the item, the faster you farm.
Maybe that's why I bought it.
Like,
So
the
gold
more
benefit's
items,
just a
the more
passive
levels you get with the Hand of Midas, because of the XP, means your spells are stronger, which means you're going to be stronger in a fight, get more gold, not die. You get the stats. Like, you need to take all these things in consideration, Owen. It's not that simple. It's not 4 times 13.
It's a complicated game. Afterlife does have the BKB. Can he find some sort of insane black hole? Ice Blast will connect onto Mickey. Not quite able to find a way to get in on this. As Liquid just have the advantage around this area. Do have that cliff ward, ASM.GAMBIT, but they really have to make sure that the Afterlife finds some insane connection with his ultimate. As they're falling further and further behind, down 9k, 10-2 for Liquid at the moment.
They only I just realized they only managed to get 2 kills so far.
Boxy. He's going to be able to set up on Immersion. Oh, he's charging out. Koifa's in position. Tornado puts a stop. So they attempted escape, and now Dream. They have the time being bought by Tiger here, allowing Mickey to connect. Sunstrike comes down as well as the Meteor. Dream's gotten the once. He needs help, and he needs it now. Ice Blast coming out, boxing from the sidelines. He's got the epicenter, good to go. Heads over with the burst strike straight over onto no one. The definite blast pushing the two of them back. No one pops the BKB. He's got to run. Boxy's already been able to make it over to the back lines. Takes out Seneko. No one. He's up to the high ground, but Afterlife's in. He's found the black hole. The 3 of them is enough damage to take down Boxy. But that'll be all. He hasn't got anything else to take down the rest of them. Mickey chasing him up into the base. Afterlife goes down. Mickey, of course, still with alive. The Aegis.
Like, that black hole was good if there's teammates around him to actually deal the damage. Like, Kunkka couldn't go back in. He was sitting at 200-300 HP. Like, Team Liquid just playing this so well. They have this global presence coming out from Boots of Travel on a Sanking, so they can set things up. Sunstrike and the Relocate Plate, which we've seen in the last fight, picking off the Spirit Breaker. Also, like, Raid King, he needs that BKB, because Invoker just uses a combo on him. He dies, respawns, nice follow-up from the Sanking. Abaddon has full pipe coming to him, so that's gonna mitigate pretty much all the damage coming out from the Radiance in the team fight, like AA Blast. Soneko still committing. It could be more than 4 Midases, right?
I mean,
we don't see.
Absolutely. You can only fit so many in the quick buy. And you do have slots for 6. I mean, if you want to be pedantic, you've got slots for 9 Midases. As we see on the replay again, Afterlife, it's a flashy black hole. But just with 3 heroes dead and no one in a position where he's having to run, and just don't have the means to capitalize on it completely, and now they're in a position where they've got to wait another 90 seconds before Afterlife's able to have that sort of impact. That's Liquid. Back on sort of the level that we saw from them yesterday here. As this victory that they're on the road towards, and it's going to be very hard to stop right now with the lead that they have. 14-3, 12k lead. Insane amount of farm on Mickey, 330 CS. And level 20. See the hunt being made onto no one. No one. He has got the BKB, and he has got a TP out. He'll be away.
For now. I just want to see a basher on someone. Now, it might sound stupid, but yeah, it could really work. Especially for those kinds of plays. So Eco getting caught once again.
Oh, and it's Midas.
Hand of Midas just came off cooldown.
No. Oh, that's you got to feel for that, man. When you've spent such a lot of hard work went into that Midas, and now he's dead. It's quite fun. She's able to finally catch on to the 2 of them here. Immersion's out of mana. Afterlife's got to put the BKB and get out. Immersion. Ooh, he's going to be able to dodge the Sunstrike. Only just, but he's able to sweep over towards the mid lane. They're still hunting.
He knows.
The Spirits.
He knows where he is.
And Mickey's going to be able to close the gap. Deafening Blast pushes him into the Spirits of Mickey.
That was nicely done. Like Insania just seeing the angle of the charge, and he's like, if he stops, I'm going to know where he is.
Here we go. Suneiko's back up. No need to threat, ladies and gentlemen. That Midas will be used.
Eventually.
I mean, he's going to have a struggle stepping up towards the creep wave, though, with Liquid.
He wants it. Like,
Go give your life to get the Midas off. Just go straight in.
He wants it.
Midas or Forge Spirit, come on. He doesn't want to step forward. I mean, it's understandable, especially when Boxy's going to make jumps like that. Goes into it, onto no one. Immersion will charge forward.
Black Hole is available, but Liquid is nicely spread. Good terrorize.
Suneiko, he didn't get the Midas off yet. Get that Midas off. There we go, there we go. We can all rest easy tonight. Top lane though, Dream. They might have to rest right now. They've taken him out once as Mickey's brought quite for over.
He also has the Midas. Turn, use the Midas. He did it.
He did it. He did it. It's all good. He may be dead for 50 seconds, but the Midas is used.
ASM.GMB, you know, the sound of Hand of Midas. That's why it's called ASMR.
Oh, here we go,
Afterlife. Black Hole only on 1.
He's going to drop it on the 1. Do they actually have the damage? The Cataclysm goes crashing down. Afterlife taking huge amounts of damage.
They have enough to bring it down.
But they've brought down Mickey. What more can they find, though? It's cost them 3 heroes off the map right now. None other than Immersion with buyback. You know, this Red King and AA, they're gone. Xenia's trying to finish off the objective. Can the 3 members of ASM.GAMBIT actually push him back? I don't know, with the Forge Spirits out, the Curse of Avernus in place, the melee racks, it's going to fall very, very low. Fortification buying a bit of time, Immersion charging in, he's going for Quakefoot, but there's the counterplay. They step forward, they send him up with the Yules, they turn with the Meatball and the Deafening Blast. Isn't quite enough to bring Immersion down.
They didn't get the melee barracks, so that can region up. They definitely need IO to have a bit more damage, more attack speed. This is something that we've seen multiple times already. You know, Abaddon and IO paired up together, like, you just get that attack speed. Abaddon feels like he's actually the carry, and this is the way, like, you siege the towers if you don't have enough tower damage. IO, buying Tome for himself, wants to get that level 25.
And do you think this was necessary, this game, for Mickey, you know, going back for the Hood, even though he has a BKB?
Pretty much the only damage that they have is magical, so
yeah,
kind of understandable. I've seen like Boxy buying Cloak 15 to 20 minutes in. They're really valuing the magic resistance. Not this game, but the other day, yesterday.
Four to 19. 16k down. I mean, top lane already, Liquid. They've found Dream heading out. BKB's up. And he'll make his move away before Liquid gets the jump on him.
Oh, he just popped the BKB in the base.
No, he popped it before he TP'd.
Oh, okay.
No,
My
he did
bad. I was
TP
like,
back
what?
to base and then pop it. That wouldn't have been great. No, used it to get out of there.
Yeah, most of the time, Gambit is just using BKBs to be able to get out. You know, TP out, try to make stuff happen. They're smoked.
Got Black Hole in 5.
5.
Here we go. That Quickening Charm helping out with the cooldown. And he's making good progress towards that refresher orb. He's got the recipe. First Perseverance will be done. He's going to be there shortly. Can they get a jump around this Roshan pit though? Afterlife, what's he going to go for? He's not going to get the chance. Boxy moves it straight away with the Burrow Strike. Afterlife gets himself out of the Cataclysm. They're focusing Boxy first. Dream trying to step in immersion. This charge put to a stop by the Yules. The Tornado holding back this Enigma, making it very hard for Afterlife to get an angle to jump in from. Another Burrow Strike over towards Dream. He's caught in the brambles. Quite for an Insane. Continue to just push back the rest of ASM.GMB, making it very hard for them to get back over and protect Dream. As Dream, he'll be burst through the ones.
Has BKB.
Get him with the Burrow Strike. Meteor down now. Dream pots the BKB. No one heads back over. The Burrow time comes to an end. They'll look towards Insane. They'll take down the Abaddon. Afterlife looking for a jump. He jumps over. Gets the Black Hole off onto the IO. BKB pop from no one. Have they got enough damage to bring down BKB? BK's getting low. He tethers up to the high ground. BKB
He's
pop.
still alive.
BK's on the run. No one can't catch him. The ice falls down. No one gets kited. The cold snaps out. No one will fall.
Oh, it was just a tiny second too late because Invoker just blinked onto Enigma. Enigma could have maybe caught 2. They also need an Ice Blast to be able to kill the IO. Otherwise, I don't think IO is dying. This game might just end. Like, they could potentially go in. Team Liquid, they're not relying on any cooldowns. They know that there's no Black Hole, there's no ship. Also, it was level 2 ultimate only on the Wraith King, so he's not going to have it for quite some time.
Tier 2s are still up in the side lanes, but the lanes have also been swung round, so Liquid immediately able to remove that top tier 2, bring this lane up towards the base. There should at least be another set of racks gone before Gambit's back in action.
Yeah, they can just clear this, potentially go to the Roche pit. There's still a tier 2 tower on the bottom, so they can just end the game. But yeah, no real answer for Gambit. Like, Team Liquid's doing very well the way they're spread out in a team fight. They are not grouping around, not giving opportunity to Afterlife to actually use a good Black Hole. Sunstrike.
I mean, if ASM.GAMBIT are able to turn this around, you know, which hero is it going to be off the back of? Is it going to be this Enigma? If anyone sort of
Definitely.
has
Like,
game-changing capabilities.
Need to have, like, yeah, it's going to be generous, say 4-man Black Hole. It doesn't have to be 5-man Black Hole. Because Wraith King right now doesn't deal that much damage. He's extremely underfarmed, like, compared to the enemy carry hero, and they have tools to deal with him. Like, you have this sustain, you have pipe, you have heals, shields coming out from the Abaddon.
It's not going to be easy. Down 24k, 23-5 for Liquid right now. This Dream does have the rest of his team swinging over. They can go for Tiger here. Immersion coming in with the charge.
Oh, pushes him out. And he's back in.
See the rest of Liquid, maybe seeing if they can still go for this despite Tiger going down.
Oh, I like what I see. Boxy going for Windbreaker. So even if they, like, get a good jump on anyone, he can save people. Like, this is just a super expensive item, very situational, but since you already have that Yule Scepter, like, you get so much value from it. If they jump IO, like, he can just save him. If they jump Invoker, if he's close.
And obviously they've got to catch Boxy in the Black Hole, otherwise, yeah, the saves, it's there every time. The mounting pressure building up massively onto Afterlife's Enigma. He has the Refresher Orb. He has the tools to do something incredible, but it's going to be so difficult. As Liquid,
Where do you think
at this
you're-
Aegis, they can resume business down on the bottom lane. Take away this final tier 2 and open up the chance to go high ground. Refresher done on Quakefer as well, so those 2 rounds of Cataclysms will be there ready to throw down in the fights. And I mean, that alone, if he lays down sort of a two rounds of those, even if Afterlife's standing his ground, he's going to take huge amounts of damage and he'll stand the likeliness of maybe even dying during the casting.
The most fun item in the game, definitely, because you can juke people with it. It looks really fun to use. Boxy on the high ground, cosplaying Arteezy, getting D wards. And they're in.
They're in, they're ready to do
Gambit, they have one more fight. That's all they got.
What can Afterlife pull off? Already, Boxy starting off the action, jumping in Afterlife. He's going to go with the Black Hole. He's only caught Insania for now. Then the Cataclysm
And he
just
died.
tear through him.
That's it.
The Refresher Cataclysm, it's all too much. 2 sets of that insane amount of pure damage just wipes ASM.GMB out of the game. No one's out and down. As Liquid, they've got the whole team alive to keep pushing on. GG is called.
Yeah, that
as
was
Liquid
such
will hold
a
on.
good pickup by Invoker. You know, getting that refresher. Use like Enigma might use a black hole, but there's gonna be 4 sunstrikes on him, and he
He's just
will
dead.
die. Yeah, he's just straight up dead.
Not a lot you can do about that. As Liquid, I'm sure very relieved after what was a tough day for them today.
It was.
After
It
having
really
such a
was.
brilliant
We have
start
the thumbs
yesterday.
up. The boys are happy. Is he taking the shirt off?
Oh,
yes,
and-
he
oh.
is.
Oh, I
One
think
more. That's
production
all we
got a
need.
little worried there.
And they're like, yeah, maybe we need to stop.
Insane. Yeah, they're very, very thrilled to have had that game. Boxy, of course, also with the smiles. I mean, that was a good performance from Liquid, no doubt
really
about
was.
it. ASM.GMB, they just seem completely out of their depth in that best of 1.
Yeah, I think Liquid deserved it. The way they played yesterday, they just seemed like a more stable team compared to Gambit. And yeah, congratulations to them. Unfortunately, Gambit not able to go through. 2 Chinese teams just looking a bit too strong for them as well.
Yeah, end of the road, unfortunately, here for ASM.GMB, but definitely a squad that I can imagine we'll see more potential from in the future.
Yeah.
You know, a team that only had no one step into the role sort of halfway through the first season, so still a lot of time, a lot of potential for this team to really gel, but as it is for now, just not on quite the same level as Liquid. No messing around today. They take the quick best of 1, and they'll be moving on.